amazing ones. 𝐏𝐿𝐿 here, your authentic self embodiment queen. Today's a beautiful Wednesday, and we had a healing intention circle on open your heart to love. And I'm just making this short video to talk about that because the heart is that power center of influence. That's why I'm saying you can be powerful and heart centered. And I believe you might have had an experience in your life, at least once. Actually, not even once. Because when you talk about leaders, even when you're a child, you look up to someone. It could be your parents. And there is that parenting again of establishing authority. As in, I get to say what I've got to say, and you gotta listen to me just because I'm an adult. And some of this experience, they just create that pattern of I have to be forceful for me to be influential. You confuse force with influence, And some of the things again, it's the experiences that you have because you are one person. You've got only one heart, So whatever that you had, whatever experiences you had that made you doubt yourself, which keeps you in your head, when you go out there, no matter what qualifications you have, you might have so many qualifications, doctorate, PhD, all that. But if you don't have the confidence in yourself, you are always coming from fear. When do you get to really say what you want to say? Knowing that holding on the intention that you have, when you get to say what you need to say, you're already afraid. What if they don't like me? What if I mess it up? Even when you're in a meeting. I mean, I've had many situations where I'm in a meeting and I'm not even focusing on what is being said because in my mind, I'm afraid. I'm afraid that I might say something wrong. They'll realize that I'm not intelligent enough. Oh my God. Even when I had people that I was supervising, I was afraid of telling them, no, you cannot take leave because we've got this to complete on this deadline or something like that, So you are always afraid. You don't even have the capacity to hold space and help your team grow. You don't even have the capacity to even hold your stuff. Like I said, that at times you are in your head. Your mind is coming up with something because of the experiences that you had. And your heart is saying something. Because when you talk about embodied leadership, it also calls for your presence. To be present and connect. That's how you build a relationship, whether it's professional or personal. You cannot build a relationship if you're always in your mind, always in your thoughts, always in your fear, where you are being paralyzed by fear. It's the power of influence. Because you cannot be influential if all you say is yes, even though you don't mean yes. You cannot be influential if you are not able to hold space for other people to grow. Because you kind of just afraid to say, I don't want to say something that'll make them hate me or that'll upset them. And you are also you don't even have the capacity to take the feedback. Because for you it's kind of criticism. Oh my God, I get to defend myself. Do they mean that I'm not enough? Am I going to lose my job? What about this money? You don't trust the being that you are. You don't have the capacity to receive what is coming to you because it's happening for your growth. So the power center of influence is very vital in our life. And this is why it's important for you to heal the old wounds. It's important for you to really open your heart center to love. And even when you talk about boundaries, you cannot create boundaries when you are in fear. You cannot. And you realize that it's holding you back. Instead of taking action, you are just afraid. What if they don't like me? What if I don't like it? If you trust yourself that you're the kind of person who show up, say what you need to say, receive what is coming through, you learn from it, they learn from you because you've got something to give. You show up. So I'm just here to share with you, even when you talk about ambition, it's something that comes from your heart, that passion. As much as passion is connected with our womb area, which is like that impact and influence, they work together. Passion, influence, impact, they work together. They are connected somehow. But the influence, which is kind of like the center of a lot of things. You know, it's like I said, it's connecting the power center of impact, and it's connecting the power center of passion. You know, it's at the center. So this is where I'm starting there, because most of the stuff you realize that they're coming from that those heartbreaks, those past hurts, those disappointments. This is why the beginning of this week I asked, why are you still holding into past hurts and disappointment? And at times we have this, because I was having a conversation with someone, and she mentioned something about the mind, which you know, as much as we have given the power to the mind, it doesn't mean that the mind is bad or anything. The mind gets to sit as well. Like the post that I did, if at all you saw it, where I said, I hate that I can't hate you despite what happened. At times we go through that situation where you are in a conflict, somebody did something, and a part of your mind, because of the experience that you had, it wants to hold into that to say, I get to hate this person, you know, and your heart is saying, let's do something with that. What is it that we can make out of this? What is it that we can learn from this? You know, and it needs you to hold space for that, because we've got our inner council, as I always talk about it. Before you can make a team from outside with other people, you get to be able to hold space for your inner teamwork, which is not only the heart and the mind. There is more to that, but you get to be open. This is why authentic self-embodiment really, you are the center of everything. You are the most important person in your life and in all your success. It all starts with you. You cannot give what you don't have, you know. So when you are in fear, obviously when you come with that energy in a boardroom, you might be looking all that, but your energy is the one that opens that boardroom. Even when you are in a relationship, still the same energy that you greet your partner to say, hey, I might be holding this position. You are not one with all the positions or whatever that you have. You know, there is separation where you kind of like wear a mask and have to pretend that, okay, fine, as a boss, I have to be like this. But when you are embodied, you are calm and confident. You can be with other people and still connect with all of them because you're holding space for all of them, and still share whatever that you are there to share, and also receive what is being shared with you. That's the power of influence that we all need. And it's an embodied thing. As a leader, you get to embody this, where you share your truth with integrity. I would leave you with that. And if you feel called to say there is something, because I've written a lot of things where when it's when this power center is distorted, what is it that you're really feeling? And there is a lot that your physical body is even communicating with you. Like at times you've got pain, at times there is asthma. You know, there is just a lot of things that happens in the body. Probably you have that and you dismiss it, you know, and you are aware as well with the experiences that you have, the relationships that you have. How are they? How are you relating with your colleagues? How are you relating with your family? How is your romantic relationship? You are getting feedback all the time where you at. You might be focusing outside and blaming other people, and all that, which is, it's also a stage of growth. It's a stage that we go through. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but just observe and say, I've been in this pattern for a long time. I've been saying this thing for a long time. Where am I going with this? Is it really serving me? Is it really helping me grow? If you compare with yourself 5 years ago and now, would you say you have grown from all that, or you still find yourself in a position where you are fearful? You're afraid to open your heart. You're afraid that even other people at work might see that you are not who you appear as. I know that pain. When you look all corporate and wearing all whatever, but you just like, oh my God, are they gonna find out and all that? You don't have it within you. You are not fully showing up as you are not really sharing the magnificence in you, because you are really robbing other people of who you really are, because you are consumed by fear. You are paralyzed by fear. You are even holding yourself back to dream about something better because you're still doubting yourself. And at times you realize this influence is coming from the relationships we had when we were young, whatever that we are conditioned and programmed to believe, even some experiences, the heartbreaks and all that. So it's your responsibility to work on that. I'll leave you with that. Hello, Tiamo. Thank you, everyone who joined me. Yes, living a lie, my darling. It's high time we're authentic with ourselves. It's high time we own that shadow, because that's the only way that we can work on it. When you say, you know what, I've been lying to myself. I'm not comfortable here. So I get to do some work so that you can see how beautiful you are. You can see how magnificent you are. You can see how intelligent you are. It starts with you seeing you for who you truly are. Then you can take those bold actions. Because at times you're not taking action because of the fear. You don't believe in yourself. It's not about what is out there. It's you. An idea and inspiration is coming through. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's for other people. It's not for me. It is for you. That's why the idea came through to you, because you are the one who is here to create that. You are the one who is here to have that position. It doesn't matter whether anyone in your family has not done it before. What if you're the first one to be that? Much love. Thanks for your presence.